In this video, I'm going to be making a s'mores slash camping themed tier tray set. And to start, I'm going to make a book stack using this crate from Dollar Tree. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and paint the top of the book stack with this light brown color. So basically, I'm just going to paint what is going to look like the top book. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint the middle book of the book stack with some white paint. And to finish up painting this book stack, I'm going to go ahead and paint the bottom book with this dark brown color. And the colors of this book stack are supposed to represent the graham cracker, marshmallow, and chocolate parts of a s'more. Next, I'm going to add a saying to my book stack, and I used my Cricut to cut out the words, and I decided to add the words graham cracker, marshmallow, and chocolate, and I'm adding each of these onto the corresponding colored layer of the book stack. I'm going to finish up this s'mores themed book stack by wrapping some twine around the left side of it a few times and then tying a bow at the top. For the next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these foam dice that I got from Dollar Tree to make a cute little marshmallow person. And I'm going to start by painting the whole thing with some white paint. This did take about 3 coats of white paint to get it completely covered, but if you want to skip this step, I do have a video that I posted in the past where I used one of these foam dice to make a marshmallow topper, and I put a white balloon around it, and I think I used like 2 or 3 white balloons to get it where you can't see through, and that way you don't have to paint the whole thing. So if you want to do that, that's an option as well. I just didn't have any white balloons on hand, so I just decided to paint it, even though it did take a few layers of paint. And then I am going to add on a cute little face to my marshmallow, and I quickly sketched out a little outline with a pencil first to make sure the placement was good, and then went over it with my permanent black marker. And I decided to also add some cute little eyelashes. Then I used my dotting tool to add on some little light pink circles for the blush. And I also added on a little tongue sticking up. I thought that was kind of cute. And next I'm going to be using some brown puffy paint to make a chocolate drip all the way around the whole top of the marshmallow. So basically I just started by doing some drips along the edge of the top of the marshmallow, and then once I had the drips all the way around, I went ahead and filled in the whole rest of the top. Since this is a s'mores slash camping themed tier tray, I'm using this little camper that I got from Dollar Tree in the fairy garden section, and I'm going to repaint the whole thing to match the theme of my tier tray. So I'm going to start by giving it a nice base coat of white paint. Now that the white base coat is done, I'm going to go ahead and start painting some of the details. So to start, I'm using this golden brown color to paint the bottom half of the camper. Next, I use the dark brown color to paint the camper door. And I also painted the awning above the windows with the dark brown color, as well as this little part above the tire and the camper hitch. And then I'm going to use some light gray paint to paint the windows of the camper. And the last thing that I did was go ahead and paint the tires with some black paint, and that finishes up this repainting of this camper to make it fit with the S'mores theme. For the next DIY, I'm going to use one of these wood plaques that I got from Michael's to make a cute little sign for my S'mores tiered tray. And I'm going to start by painting the whole thing with some white paint as the background of the sign. Then I used my Cricut to cut out this cute little saying that says making s'more memories, and I'm placing this on my wood plaque to make my sign for my tiered tray. And I think this little saying is super cute, and I really like the little marshmallow sticks. For the next DIY, I'm going to be making a s'more to display on my tiered tray using these Dollar Tree tumbling tower blocks, and you're going to need 8 of the blocks to make this DIY. So I'm going to start by gluing together 4 of the blocks, and I'm going to do this twice so that you end up with 2 sets of 4. And then you're going to glue the 2 sets of 4 together to form one rectangular piece of wood. Next, I'm using some spackling to fill in some of the gaps between the pieces of wood. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but it does make it look a little bit more finished in the end. And then I'm going to paint the middle 4 tumbling tower blocks with some white paint, and this is going to look like the marshmallow for the s'more. Then I took my golden brown paint and painted the top and bottom 2 tumbling tower blocks for the graham cracker part of the s'more. Next, I'm going to draw on a cute little face, and I wanted this one to look a little bit different than the marshmallow girl that I did, so I decided to just make the eyes circles instead of the crescent shaped eyes with eyelashes. And then I also added on some little small eyebrows. I used my dotting tool and some light pink paint to add on 2 small little pink circles for the blush. And I also added on a cute little tongue sticking up. And to finish up this s'more DIY, I took my brown puffy paint and made a chocolate drip all the way across the top of the s'more between the marshmallow and graham cracker layers and added some drips all the way across. And the last thing that I made for my s'mores tier tray was the beaded garland, and I went ahead and painted some large wood beads with the same colors that I have been using throughout the tier tray to fit with the s'mores theme. And then I went ahead and strung these on a piece of twine with a twine tassel on one end. For the other end of my beaded garland, I decided to use this wood tag, and I wanted to draw a cute little s'more on it, so here I am sketching that out. And I also added s'mores please to the tag, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the s'more that I sketched out. And to finish up the tag, I'm just going to add on a cute little face like I've done for the other s'mores things that I've made in this video. And once again, I added some chocolate drips on the top using my brown puffy paint. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add this tag to the other end of my beaded garland to finish it off. And here's a look at the finished S'mores themed tier tray set with all of the DIYs that I showed you in this video.